Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm here with Uria. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
All good. Thank you for being here.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Juhan, for inviting me. I'm really happy for this opportunity to
Yeah.
connect more.
Yeah. Today we, as you already know, everyone, or you see, we do it in English. And yeah, we had this weekend we had little workshop with Uria, who is vocal, like a magic man. And yeah, we had two singing circles that Uria held, and they were really, really beautiful. Both of them are around, I think, like 300 people gathered together, and yeah, we had beautiful time, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to sit here today with you. And yeah, in the beginning, usually I don't do like a big intro for the people because I want to ask with their own words, like who are you, where you came from, like yeah. If people watch us who didn't come to the circles or see you for the first time,
Yeah.
who are you?
Okay. So hi everyone. I'm Uria Tsur. I come from Israel, and my thing in the last 15 years is singing, and specifically singing with big groups of people. So conducting singing circles, vocal workshops, and and lately in the last 3 years, my work evolved into creating this global community
Mm-hmm.
of people that participated in the vocal freedom 3-day workshop, just like we had here in Tallinn. So this workshop happened already in Poland, in Warsaw, in Vienna, in Germany. It happened in Cologne, in Berlin. I'm on my way to Amsterdam just now. We did it in Lisbon, Portugal, in Mexico, in Costa Rica, in Israel. So this thing is like a global movement that's growing of how to utilize music in order to tap into the consciousness, tap into the better understanding of who I am, of what I am, and then how to collaborate that into a gathering, into a group session. How do we hold space for each other? So there are, yeah. So music is not what, like, music and voice is not what I do. It's more of using music and voice in order to tap into the human consciousness and to elements like freedom, like healing, and like shining, and being generous, and being brave.
Yeah, I feel like if we talk about it, it's really hard to understand the feeling, what's actually happening in the workshops. Like, it's really like healing, and it's so hard to describe the feeling that is happening at that time. And yeah, I really have to say you are doing amazing job, or like not job, but it's more like how would you call it? It's not a job, like
It's my job. It's as simple as that's what I do.
yeah, like
And it's also my mission, and it's also my service, and it's also my passion.
yeah, service,
And
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even to feel it a little bit better, like, what am I talking about? Because it's all about the human gathering, the self within the human gathering, yeah, which is a constant. I am right now a part of the human society, human community. And so maybe we can take a moment right now, whoever's listening, okay? Because we're sitting here, me and you, by ourselves, but we're not really by ourselves. Every person that will ever listen to this podcast is in some way with us already and influencing our presence. the way that we were talking a moment before we hit record
Mm-hmm.
and started was different, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what
Mm-hmm.
changed? What changed is our awareness to the people that are that will, listen to this. That right now are listening to that in their in the on the ongoing timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So an invitation for all of us, okay, also for you right now at home, to take a moment and try and tap into this grand community that we are. Okay, everyone that ever listened to this podcast and that is holding this moment along with you right now. Yeah, so you can even if you feel comfortable, if it's okay, if you're not driving or something, you can close your eyes and just feel what is different within me right now. Just being aware of a whole community of people that are with me, influencing the words that are coming out of the speakers' voices from the speakers right now. Me being the speaker, yet your presence is actually changing my words, changing the texture of my voice. And then maybe to kind of see how there's this energetical holding hands with these people, just to acknowledge the collaboration, just to see that we're doing this together. We're creating this moment together. Just to send some gratitude to that. And while we're at it, if I'm influencing this moment, then what did I come here to learn? Why did I start listening to this podcast? What do I want to receive from it? When I see the headline of this podcast, which will be something that we will decide on later, I guess. What was it that I wanted to receive? What's my intention? And just acknowledge that your intention in this podcast will create certain fields of conversation, because we haven't planned what's going to be here. And just make notes to where your presence influences what we're talking about. How connected is your intention and the actual things we've discussed here by the time that this talk ends in about an hour. And while we're at it and being present and with closed eyes and with ourselves, we can also take a moment to acknowledge ourselves, take a deep breath. A good sigh. If you're in a place that allows that, if it doesn't make you look weird, but if you can allow that, if you're by yourself, then maybe a good sigh of arriving home. Thank you for your presence. Really, thank you for coming and for listening. And thank you, Juhan, for initiating that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
And the show is over now. Bye, everyone. What people might don't recognize or don't know is that while you came to Estonia, actually at the moment you go through really hard times, and depends if people watch news or know what's happening in the world, but there is something happening in Israeli at the moment, and I think you have managed to be really present and hold space really, really beautifully, even though there is something in your mind at the moment. Would you be open to share a little bit, maybe first about where you from, or how was your childhood, and how did you become to singer or space holder, and maybe somehow arrive to the place, what's happening at the moment in your country, and how do you feel about it?
Everything you said can fill up the whole hour. But briefly, I will say, maybe I will start about right now in Israel. We're recording this on what date are we today? October
24th.
24th. Yeah. So it's already 2 weeks and a bit for the Israel-Palestine war that is happening. And there's nothing that I can really say but to feel the pain of the fighting, of the darkness, of lost lives that is happening right now in Israel. And as I travel and do my work, when my families, my friends are going through a very hard time in Israel, I'm going through this hard time with them. And it's just another element of us being human. It's a part of what it is to be human. We've been fighting all throughout history since recorded time, and I bet that even before. We have that. We reach certain edges that beyond them violence begins. And how do I keep my heart open to us, to humanity? How do I keep my heart open to me? I am humanity. I am a representative of this species, not of Israel or of Eurasia, Africa. No, I'm a human, And this is what happens with my brothers and sisters. Also, people that are connected and loving and praying and meditating and creating art and beauty, and also people that are killing each other in the most horrible ways. So just inviting everyone here. I don't know when you're hearing this. Maybe you're hearing this podcast in 300 years. Yeah, but just keep together. We can open our hearts. We can open our hearts to humanity, to the way that we are. Everything is here for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. We are as we are for a reason. So I believe. It keeps me sane to believe that. Yeah. And then when I do my work, so I come right now from a place that is more acquainted with darkness. So then this is something that I can give the groups that I meet. So the group of 50 people that we were here in Estonia for those 3 days workshop, or for the group of 120 people that I'm going to meet in Amsterdam in a few days. So I'm coming from this place of being acquainted with darkness. Yeah, it's really alive in me right now, and it creates a portal for, this is kind of a theme that I'm bringing with me. Yeah, alongside with compassion, of course. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep my heart open, not to have judgment, not to side, with these people or those people. There is no these people. There are individuals and there is one people. Yeah. And and putting this aside is impossible. And I grew up in this. I grew up in Israel. I grew up in a situation. I grew up into the Israeli, rat race, which means kindergarten, school, and then army. And then I was raised to be a patriot. So I went to the army. I went and became the best soldier that I can. I was in this elite unit, infantry elite unit, already 23 years ago. And as I went through my service, I woke up to the situation. I got injured. I stopped being a combat soldier, and then I started seeing the game that we play. I started asking questions like, who's giving my commanders commands, and who's giving them commands, and who's giving them commands. And it took me through the generals of the army to the politicians of the country and all the way to money. And then I decided to stop playing this game and not to call this my war anymore. Not to be a part of that. I am a part of this. I'm a part of this people, and I share their karma and of this tribe, this branch of humanity. And I share this karma. I share this DNA. And in the same time, I choose to step aside and to look at things in a different way and to live my life in a different way. And then traveling the world, instead of going to university and keeping on the Israeli rat race, I just went out and traveled the world, opened businesses, closed businesses, just hanged out, stayed in India for a long time, Europe, the States. And then at the age of 27, I realized that there is this movement of consciousness, of raves, of parties that are all about freedom and love and togetherness, of song circles, of rainbow. And once I discovered that, I started going more and more into that, exploring that, learning from that. And I've always been interested in people. I love people. I want to be close to everyone. I want to be intimate with everyone. I want us to be like to feel at home with each other, so we can so that we can be close, because I've got so much to learn from every person. Yeah. And through the being acquainted with this form of singing circles, of community that is interested alongside with me to explore and to evolve, I tapped into singing circles, and from this moment on, anything else to do in this world became kind of irrelevant. And this was what, like, okay, wow, I found, and I did hundreds of singing circles in my life. In Israel, this was everything I did for 10 years, more and more singing circles. Wow. And I produced festivals that had singing circles in them. And slowly I realized that the singing circle is not really the thing, but it's just a format in which we can gather in a ceremonial manner, which is open source, which doesn't have any stamp on it. Not Christianity, not Judaism, not shamanism, not New Age, not nothing. It's just people and music, and it's something that is completely open source. And I've been exploring that ever since. And this is what birthed the Vocal Freedom World Tour, and I'm very curious to see where it keeps on evolving. I constantly ask myself, where does it want to go? How can we even move forward in our ability, in our technology of becoming comfortable enough with each other to do this inner work together?
Beautiful. You already mentioned that, like, everything with the war and everything is going to the money. If you follow the road, it's going to the money. And I feel like you already explained what you feel about it. But before we started recording, I was asking from you, like have you connected with conspiracy theories? And you said you wouldn't call it a conspiracy theory. You would say it's a wide view, more. Will you explain your view about the current situation in Israel? Like, do you have any wide view on it?
I always take a few steps backwards. I don't even linger on who's the person with what interest that is doing what in order to move mass consciousness this way or the other. Okay? I'm not interested in that. This is a usual thing in humanity. It's been happening forever. All right? And right now it's this one, and I can look at it and say, oh, it's wrong. It's this. I'm trying to put my judgment aside and to see, yes, there are forces at work, and we are influenced by them. And I try to keep myself as free as I can, as wide horizoned as I can so that I don't get stuck on a certain idea. And the idea that I let myself get stuck on is that there is even a more primal force that is working here. Mm-hmm. And this force is the intelligence of creation. Okay, everything exists. Just for a moment, try and perceive the complexity that is taken for this world, for you and me to sit here with the technology to record with this in the right distance from the sun, in the middle of this infinite. All of this is happening here. This is divine, and this is just a wow. It's just an ongoing wow that is happening here in creation. And we're a part of it, and we're a part of this intelligence. Everything that exists is a part of this intelligence. And I see that as life goes on, I see that I'm here to evolve. Everything that I go through as an individual, as a community, as humanity is just taking me forward in evolution. It's always changing the form. The form keeps on. It's like those new AI movies that you see that there's kind of a guideline, but everything is kind of fractaling and changing, yeah? Mm-hmm. So life is like that. Mm-hmm. And life is fractaling and changing, and we're receiving, and all the time we're receiving new opportunities to receive reality in a different way so that we can learn new things.
Yeah.
And also life is made out of cycles, yeah, like the waves. So there are times that are bright in the light, let's call them, and times that are dark. Mm-hmm. And the light is amazing, and in the darkness you can see the stars. Mm-hmm. So each one has its gift. So I see that also this maybe it's not pleasant what's going on right now. I do believe it's beneficial. Mm-hmm. And then I'm not even interested in who's got the money to pull the strings or who's printing the money to give the money to. It's like
it's really good answer. Yeah, when I was younger, I'm young at the moment too, but when I was like 20 or 21, I really went to the rabbit hole, and I was writing about the conspiracies and digging the hole, and at one point I also understood that there's no point to go to the rabbit hole, and after that I also started organizing the singing circles, breathwork circles, and that's the way to raise the frequency and the people frequency.
I wouldn't even look at it as the way of I'm giving a suggestion. Take it or leave it.
Sure.
I wouldn't even take it like this is my mission to raise the frequency, but more I see that there are areas where the frequency is elevated, and I celebrate being a part of them. It's fun. Yeah. Let's be honest. This is why we do it, because it's fun. Yeah. It's fun to be together, to be vulnerable together, to be okay, to be with a bunch of people, and to see a man standing up and shedding tears, and it's okay, or to see someone being goofy, and it's okay, like to be human together without all those limitations, and it's raising the frequency, but that's a symptom of us having a good time.
Exactly.
And so we're searching for harmony, and we linger in harmonious places, And if challenge arises, we give thanks, and we and try our best to learn from it, to be in the light as we're meeting darkness, And
well said. Yeah.
So there's no mission, because missions are dangerous. Missions, they create flags which armies march behind. So no, none of that. Let's try and save ourselves from this game.
Yeah, so well said. Yeah. Maybe we go to the topic as a voice. Yeah. Do you have any recommendations for the people who have like they are not brave enough to open their voice, not brave enough to sing, or even come to the circle, or they might have any trauma, maybe the teacher said you can't sing, don't sing,
We all have that.
or maybe the parent, or how to heal that wound, that trauma, or what's the way to go to open it, to be more open.
So carrying a format that is called vocal freedom, I'm always it always comes back to this point that vocal freedom is not about being a professional singer. It's about being free. It's about being free to express my voice, because my voice, beyond being entertaining, it's beyond, and it's beautiful that it's entertaining, but it's such the tip of the iceberg. The actual thing that the voice is a deep form of communication. You know, and I've been using my music since I came here. I'm using my music right now. Tune in, now. Right? So this music is transferring forward information, and we're all masters of our own voice. Okay, so first thing, like, to the mind that is saying, no, I haven't practiced enough. I'm saying, let's cut this, like the mumbo jumbo. We've been practicing our voice since day one. We're all professionals. Yeah. And about singing, about feeling free in the music, or feeling free in the presence of other people, then like anything else in life, it takes practice, and practice is fun when it's something that you enjoy doing. Yeah. So to learn how to enjoy breaking through this barrier of, like, can I express myself? Can I sing here? Can I bring myself? Can I say what's really on my heart and on my mind? And it's always scary. Always, for me too. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I've been doing this all my life. It's still intimidating to bring myself out into the world, because maybe someone will judge me. Maybe people will put me down. You know, like my childhood traumas when I was naively expecting everyone to just say yes to the force of life that I am, fresh in this world, you know, and people say, shh, come on, or trying to do something else. Why are you making all this noise? And I'm like, what I was singing, you know. It's something that many of us know, and as we grow as adults, it's time for us to be our parents and to say, no, it's okay. Some people will not take my voice. I cannot control how other people will take my voice. I can just give it from the purest place, you know, from a place of service. I give my voice to shine, or just from a place of pleasure. You know, let's put agendas aside, and just because I feel like it, it's good enough. Just because I want to use my voice, I use my voice. And some people will take it this way, and some people will take it that way, and that's a fact. Also, when you're a professional singer, some people will say, nah, this singer, he's da 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 da. You know, and other people will say, wow, this singer is da 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 da. You know? And the wisdom is not to take the honey and not to take the sting. Like, don't take the words that kind of nourish your ego and make you feel okay and worthy, and don't take the words that are taking your power away and putting you down, but just lean on yourself and trust the people to take it in the way that is beneficial for them right now. You know? So the bottom line of what I'm trying to say, and the headline of what I'm trying to say is just sing, do it. Like when you're in the car, when you're in the shower, just sing. When you're walking in the street, sing. Go do by the rhythm of your footsteps. Just be music. Let yourself be music, because you are music. And then when you meet people and you want to express yourself in front of people, then be excited about meeting this. What the fear creates of you expressing yourself in front of other people is changing your voice, is creating something new for you to play with. It's a new playground. So learn how to enjoy that instead of being in the mindfuck of, why am I not in my usual state right now when I want to bring myself? Of course you're not in your usual state. You're supposed to be in an altered state of consciousness, and it's so interesting and wonderful to sing from this place.
What's your own story with your own voice? Like, did you start singing when you were like really young, or what's your
I
way?
always enjoyed singing. I was lucky to be born in a family that really appreciates music. My father he's a worker in a factory, but we always had a piano. He knows piano. We always had a piano at home, and the lid of the piano was always open. You know, just take in the dust. Just make sure that the little fingers of the kids can always tap on it. So I was lucky and privileged to be encouraged into music. So I felt very, very comfortable there. As a person, I was very, very shy, very shy. I didn't dare to approach to people. Maybe because I'm so sensitive and I feel people, I empathize with people's emotions, and then I take responsibility for that. And then, so I was very shy, and I'm still very shy. It's just that this shyness is something that with the years I learned how to work with. I learned how to enjoy me coming out into the world and meeting new people and trying out and willing to make mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah, you have kids at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you sing with them, or you show them the way how to open the voice, or?
I don't. I don't. Like I see them when I see them singing. I try to hold myself and not be too excited. You know, like just enjoy their natural way of approaching song and sound. You know, like my son, I taught him a few chords on the guitar, and he knows those few chords, and he's grooving with them, and he's got like this good. And I try not to. Also, because I'm famous in my circles for doing what I do with music, with the voice. It can create pressure on the kids, you know, to become a musician. So, they need to walk in their father's path. And I'm like, no. Just as long as I hear them open with their creative expression, not even voice. Like my daughter, for her, it's more the acting, drama. It's like this is something that is exciting her. So just enjoying seeing their creative growth, you know.
Beautiful. I really like to talk about psychedelics. So,
Okay. All right.
I
Only
would,
talking? Or
I would like to ask from you too. What do you have like any experience with them? What do you think about them? Do you feel like it's also connected with the voice somehow, that you have some kind of experience and then you open
music is psychedelic material.
Mm.
Yeah. It's fractal. It's flowing, it's moving, it has its own kind of flow. You know, once you go into music, it just carries you, and there's doors that are leading to more doors that are leading to more doors, and it goes on till infinity. And this is a lot of the psychedelic substances. This is kind of what they give you, this kind of rush of consciousness in ways that you usually don't go. Yeah. And music is can go on forever, you know. It's like it's got this psychedelic nature. So it's they're good friends. Yeah, psychedelic experiences in music. I'm not going. I've tried all kinds of I call them entities. You know, spirits. Like there's the spirit of this plant, and it shows you things in specific directions. Then there's the spirit of another plant, and it shows you things in a different direction. And then there's the spirit of this plant. Ooh, okay, and this shows you something completely different. And I don't go there often because I think that the main thing is like they are teachers. It's like I don't go for like a deep emotional session every other day. You know, and when I do, then I'm awakened to I'm awake with my emotions, and now I work with them in everyday life, because life happens in every day, in its everyday. You know, so yeah. So, but they taught me a lot. Those experiences taught me a lot about music, yet mainly about my consciousness, and then my collaboration and my place in this world, my connection to this world, things that are in behind the veil. This a lot of the sensation of separation. There's me, and then there's the world, and psychedelics kind of help dissolve this veil, and it's scary. It's super scary. It can be like overwhelming. It's like, what do you mean I am? Everything is me. You know, who is this? What is this I? Where it's like, where is nothing to cling to, hold on to, and it can be very scary. Yet in the same time, it's teaching in areas that are far from my comfort zone, and yeah, cool teachers. Off the record, yeah, everyone. Like, I haven't said that.
Yeah, I will change the topic for a moment. I would like to ask about space holding. Like, how do you do it? Or like you are the best space holder I have seen in my life. Like, really. And if you go there, for example, to the circle, how do you do it? What do you keep in mind, or yeah, actually, you don't keep anything in mind.
My mind is keeping itself in mind. I cannot avoid being me, you know, and having my thoughts and my ideas of what should happen, what shouldn't happen. Eventually, I know very strongly that, or I believe very strongly, and I keep on being reassured that it's like that. That the space that I hold is holding me. Okay, it's like your attention right now is holding me very solid and stable in talking about what we came here to do. Yeah, and it allows me to go deeper and deeper and more focused into our conversation. Yeah, your presence and the presence of everybody that will ever listen to this. Yeah, so your presence and what we're doing, and the people that are around us, they're holding me in space. So when I arrive, all the ideas that I have about, okay, what is this conversation? What do we want to talk about? How will I approach that? It's nice to ponder about this before we talk, but yet it's irrelevant to the actual moment, because in the actual moment, something flows from the presence of you, of me, of the other people present, if it's a live gathering or a digital gathering, yeah? So the main thing that I try and do is to let go. Okay, right now I'm referring to my personal experience, yeah? How do I handle myself? If I'm right now holding a workshop for 1,000 people, how do I hold myself in a place that is not going flip and just losing it, because it's a lot of energy. So I'm just remembering that right now I'm a part of this field of 1,000 people, and this field is guiding me how to guide it. And I can only do my best and step out of the way and let the thing happen. And as the field itself, I know what I would need right now to feel at home, to feel comfortable, because I come with a very judgmental mind naturally. Okay, I'm like, no, this is not good enough. This is good enough. This is too much. This is not. How can he say that? Like I have all this chatter inside of me all the time. Yeah, and as I'm holding space, I would have this chatter of, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? Like I'm always thinking about it towards the other people. So instead of getting lost in that, I listen to that and saying, okay, what would everybody need right now in order to feel at home? What would they need right now to? And also acknowledging the different stages of a human gathering. Yeah, when we just arrive into a place, we're checking it out. Okay, this is a very powerful moment, because if in this moment that everybody's checking it out, I will introduce myself and I will say, hello everyone, my name is Uria and you are here to it will create a certain frequency. Yeah. Or if I'm like, hi, my name is Uria and you are here to, it will create a different frequency. If I come, hey guys, I'm Uria and I'm a little bit intimidated because there's a lot of you here and only one of me. and this is what I'm offering. This is what it will create a different frequency. Yeah. So what will support this part? Or if I start with a joke, if I'm super tense and I want to light things down, I start with a joke, then this will be kind of a signature impact that I will create. And then if I want to break it, it'll be a bit hard. So maybe not to start with a joke.
Yeah.
So, and knowing that, okay, so I have this initial moment of gathering, and then it evolves. Then there's the presentation of what we're going to do. Okay, can I hit the spot and say exactly what we're here to do? So if I'm gathering a singing circle, it's good after the first moment to say, hey, we're here to sing together. It's not a concert, you know. Or if it's a workshop, I'm saying we're here to explore our consciousness. Yeah, and the other people around us, they are our mirrors. These are the people that you're going to go through things around. So I kind of set the attention from me as the speaker back to the space where things are really happening. You know? So I'm always trying to kind of figure out what will support the space in its best way. How would I, as an individual, I try and put myself in the shoes of Juhan Noode that is walking into the room and for meeting me and this whole situation for the first time. How can I support them?
Beautiful. Thank you for the answer. Yeah. You travel as well a lot. Like, how do you keep your energy while you are traveling? Like, how is your sleep? Do you move? What do you do before the workshop or before the circle? Do you have any like routines you follow? Or
So until I was 40, I had no routines whatsoever. I would just just party and then show up. You know, when saying party, I was like taking care of the kids, doing dishes, driving, doing conversations, phone calls everywhere. Like not a moment of meditation, and then organizing, sound checking, doing everything, and here we start. You know, and I would just drop into the space, you know, and just start from there, and then developing this understanding that just the way that I arrive, this is how the space needs me. So I'm just letting go into that, because I see that before every gathering, I'm kind of in a different mindset, because I'm already connected to the people that are about to come. I already feel the theme of this evening. Even if I don't know it, it's a sensation. I feel it inside of me. This excitement is colored in a certain shade. Yeah? So I'm listening to that. I let go into that, and I just show up. Lately, as I started traveling and touring and giving 3-day workshops, like a week after week after week. So I really need to keep myself aligned. And I'm not a yogi. I'm horrible at keeping these routines. And I found the 5 Tibetans. They're amazing. You know the 5 Tibetan exercises. So they're really, I highly recommend. It's takes 10 minutes, and it keeps my whole body aligned. And I stopped with coffee. It's also helping. Like, how can I balance my energy so it's not going high into peaks and then low into this, and high into peaks, and then, you know, how do I protect myself from that? Which is something that I've been doing for all the past 15 years, is making sure that in the gatherings, like I'm holding a singing circle with 2,500 people right now, okay, with my band. And there's all of this energy, and I'm in the spotlight of this whole thing, yeah? It's a singing circle, everybody's singing. In a way, I'm also in the spotlight of this whole thing. How do I manage my ego? How do I keep myself humble? How do I keep myself simple and human, and not move into the image that other people might have on me? Yeah, so there's, wow, this super powerful man. I'm not a powerful man. It's a powerful gathering, and I'm the speaker for this powerful gathering. So, but once this gathering's gone, I'm back to being me, you know, and doing my mistakes, having my addictions, having my like I'm a human like all the rest of us. Yeah, so and though if I fall into the image, people say, wow, this is such an amazing man, and then I take it. And nourished by it, I'm saying, "Ooh, I'm such an amazing man," you know. And then I'm not sensitive to myself, to my real self, and then I crash, and I become sick, or frustrated, or emotionally unstable, you know. And after a few times of becoming sick for a week, after a few of those gatherings, I started understanding. Okay, I need to balance myself more. And to balance myself is to balance how I hold myself in a natural way, in an everyday manner, walking through these through this field of being a facilitator for very large or very deep gatherings.
Mm-hmm. I think you already said it somehow, but I remember in the workshop you said something like, we don't know how do we arrive to the room. So, things are different, the energy is different. And for example, if we go to, for example, I do the breath work or anyone have a talk or anything, and we are not in the good shape or in the good energy, what to do?
To let go into that, and to remember that in the same way that you call in every person you meet in your life, you call them in, and they have something to give you. Yeah, just the way they are. Even if it's an upset driver that is cutting your your lane, so okay, sorry, you're calling me into presence. Or if it's somebody that is right now very sad, and you meet him and like he called you in and you called them in. Yeah. So your audience, your group, called you in exactly the way you are.
Mm-hmm.
They need you like you are right now. It's like this is how I let myself go through, like being okay with what I am right now as I'm going to guide vocal freedom workshops, coming from Israel, from being worried about my family, about my friends, saying this is how they need me. This is one element.
Mm-hmm.
Second element is the moment you step into the space, and you know it, you've been holding spaces, like you can be like tired and with a headache and be like this, and the moment you start, you receive focus, and it will linger throughout your session, because the people's attention is energy given to you to guide them. Yeah, you're a vessel, you're a channel. You're not the one that created the situation. Yeah, you're a part of a situation being created that is nourishing you, nourishing everybody else. So it will give you what you need. And I've seen it. I held hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of spaces, being workshops, being singing circles, wedding ceremonies, whatever. I've many things. And I always show up in a different way. I'm not superhero. None of us, like, look at all of the big artists, pop artists. Yeah, they're touring for months in a row. Every other day they have a gig. Like, they're not superhuman. They're also going through ups and downs. The space you hold is holding you. Yeah? You call the space in and trust it.
Thank you. I have only one more question. How do you feel about Estonia, or do you have any recommendation for the community, or how to be better, or how to gather more people, or what do you have to say about Estonia?
I love you guys. You're amazing. Really. Such a I see the subculture of let's call it wellness, well-being, mindfulness community that is growing here. Yeah, it used to be like New Age. Now it has different names, but it's this movement of people intrigued by consciousness evolving and trying out new things and opening the heart and letting go of barriers. I think all of us humans want that in a way. So I met this community, and also when I'm walking in the street, I meet others. I go to shops, I meet the people, and Estonians are sweethearts. You people are amazing. Everybody's loving. Everybody's pro you. They're like, yeah. How can I help? How can I? It's such a kind culture. I don't know why. Okay, maybe it's the air that is here up north. Maybe it's the fact that you guys were occupied until 30 years ago, and now, and still fresh freedom here is something that is really appreciated. But yeah, you guys have an amazing community also in the alternative world, and also just generally. And what I recommend to this community is own that, celebrate that. You know, you remember that people that come here from the outside, they see you, and that you're influencing. You're doing amazing. And I my blessing for this country is to keep the heart open as it is. And I know that, there are a lot of things under the surface, and a lot of things that don't want to be touched, and there's alcohol, and there's, but we're all a mess, aren't we? You know,
Yeah, we are.
We are all a mess.
Yeah.
And we carry this mess in the best way, and we try and keep our heart open to others, and I think that's the most important thing, and this is happening here. So it's really, really a pleasure. I love it. This is my second year here, and I can't wait to come back. I hope it'll be next year, maybe the year after. We'll see exactly. I'm so happy to have had Teet and Gerli find me in Mexico when I was there with the family, and call me into a circle, and then call me in for a workshop, and to be introduced to my tribe here.
Yep. Thank you, Teet and Gerli, as well, for doing it. I wanted to add that why people are so nice is because you are also really nice. Like, we went to the electronics store, and the way how you go there, and how you say hello and everything, it already makes people feel like, and that's why people are so nice. And that's something to take with me, and maybe to the listeners too. It depends in what energy you are going with, and the world is a mirror. And I had a little idea, maybe if you're open for it, maybe we can do a little, like, a couple minute, like, a vocal journey, like, if people are at home, like, maybe like cleaning or just chilling, listening, maybe you could take us on a journey of like voice opening or something. They can, or in the shower, or anywhere.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to hold. We're going to hold a loop for you. And maybe me and you, we can hold two loops that are kind of creating kind of this background. And my invitation for you guys at home is to choose, or to just listen to the melodies that you hear inside of you that naturally arise. You know, when you hear music, immediately you hear all kinds of melodies that can be potential melodies that can be sung on top of that. So just listen to this and explore your inner creativity. If you want to take it a step forward, then sing those melodies, you know, or you can also join one of the loops, or join another loop, kind of to maybe complete what we're doing. And then if you feel like improvising on top of this and being a superstar and going, so you can try that out. And maybe one element to notice is when you sing, try and use your everyday talking voice. Okay. So when I'm moving to singing, I don't go to ho ba hey hey ah. Instead of getting there, I'm going to ho ba hey hey ah. Using the way that I speak, I just use this voice to sing, okay? Because this is the voice that you've been practicing. And also this voice is telling you a lot about what you are right now. So instead of being judgmental towards yourselves and saying, oh, my voice should be like this, forget about this for a moment. Just be curious where my voice is. Listen more than the melody and how well you hit the notes. Listen to the texture of your voice. Enjoy the texture of your voice and the information that it carries. All right? Sounds good?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with a loop.
Yep.
Okay? And then you're going to join with your own loop, and we're going to hold it for a while for our family around us right now. Right? Mm-hmm. And if at some point you feel like changing a loop, you can stop and join me back, or maybe I will stop for a moment. If I stop, you keep on going, and then I'll join you in a new way. All right?
Yeah, maybe you could lead.
I will lead it. Okay. Let's go. do do doom doom give do 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 boom doom do doom doom give do 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 doom. Can you hear it? Doom doom do 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 doom doom. Cue the music. Doom doom give do 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 doom doom inside of you. Doom doom give do 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 doom doom. Doom doom keep do doom do doom. Hold this one for me. Doom Okay, I'm holding it for you. Doom doom get do 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 doom doom dee. Doom doom get do 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 doom doom dee. Doom doom get do 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 doom doom dee. Doom doom get do 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 doom doom dee. Doom doom get do 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 doom doom. Now you go. Doom doom keep do 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 doom doom keep do do doom doom keep do 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 doom doom keep do doom doom keep do 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 doom doom keep do do doom keep do 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 doom doom keep do do. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my real pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for being with us and helping to open and to come to heart. I feel that what you are doing, you are opening hearts and showing it's okay to not be okay or not to be like perfect or amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Johan, for inviting me, and thank you, Estonia. I love you, and whoever's listening to this, because this goes beyond borders of countries. Let's remember we're in this together. Yeah.
Thank you for listening too, and have a good time. Bye.